Hello and welcome to 2026. We get to start the year together. We get to start the day together. I am so excited to be on this journey of 2026 with all of you, where everything and nothing has changed all at once. And I wanted to start the day today and to start the year today with all of you to talk about how to make this truly your best year, but to do it in a way that is congruent, aligned, simple, and effective. And, as I'm preparing for the new year every year, I ask myself the very same question. And the question that I ask myself every new year as I'm preparing for the year is, what is the golden domino? What is the golden domino? What is the one thing that if I did that well would change everything? Now, what's really important to understand that's unique about this year and so important for business owners to understand is that this is the year that content in many ways will be dominated by AI. So you guys thought we were in a trust recession last year. Oh, no. Yes, we were in a trust recession last year. That was child's play in comparison to the skepticism that people are going to have the first time they get duped by AI content into buying something that they think is one thing and turns out to be something else. And that trust, that little bit of earned trust that everyone was able to reestablish and recreate last year, it is going to be lost unbelievably quickly by most business owners because they will get caught in the trap of wanting the shortcut. And because they want the shortcut, they will dabble in things that will cause them to misposition their brand and to lose that little bit of trust that they've been able to reestablish in 2025, maybe with a trust building offer, maybe with goodwill in your market, whatever the case. So this year is very, very unique because this is the year that you will see literally a transformation in the online world where a significant portion of not just written content, because we saw that in 2024, we saw that in 2025. It didn't go well for people, by the way. We saw a lot of written content that was transitioned over to being done by AI. Didn't go well for people. The people that made money with AI content were the people that were selling the shortcut of AI content. Okay. The people that lost with AI content this year were the people that bought into that and then gave their voice over and gave their brain over and took the shortcut. And now no one trusts them and no one wants to buy from them because they know that they're not actually legitimately wanting to provide value and wanting to connect with people. Okay. So we saw that the AI revolution in written content happened in 2025. In 2026, what we're going to see is the AI revolution with videos. We have already seen everyone with their AI twins. We've seen everyone that is posting AI pictures already. But what's coming next and where you're going to see the pendulum swing in 2026 is that AI will begin to dominate video content on all of our feeds. And so there's really two core things that you're going to be able to do as a business owner to really build that category of one status this year and really elevate your brand. And the first one is leveraging live video. The second one is building true community. Okay. And so those are the two things I would say that no business owner in the online space can afford to ignore in 2026 as we watch a true revolution happen in the way that people consume, in the way that people interact, in the way that people perceive the content that's showing up on their feed. Because a lot of people right now are consuming AI content that they don't even know is AI content. At some point, people are pretty much going to accept that most of the things that are coming up on their feed are probably AI generated. Okay. And so AI is going to change everything. And it's also going to change nothing at the same time. And I will be the first person to tell you all that Since 2012, I have listened to people that every 5 minutes have been sounding the alarm bell, telling me if I don't jump on this trend, if I don't do this, I'm going to be left behind. My business is going to be irrelevant. If I don't do this newest, latest thing that everyone is doing, we won't be able to survive. And none of that has ever proven true. And in fact, we have built a bigger market position. We've built more trust, more authority, and more growth the less that we participate in those trends, because the less that you do what everyone else is doing, the more effective your brand will be and the more it will stand out. And so, when we look at 2026, I think the two core things that no business owner can afford to skip out on, which are not new, they're things that you need to reinvent in your business. They're not new. They're things that are timeless. They're things that are forever, are your live streaming strategy and your community in-person relationship building strategy, because those are the two places where you're really going to garner trust, collapse time, and be able to have the most effective sales strategy. So, we don't want to be on planes, trains, and sleeping overnight in hotels all the time away from our family. We don't want to be constantly leaving to be, attending conferences or events. And, for most people, putting on events is extremely expensive. It's a big, big lift, but something that absolutely everyone can do for free and can become the core driver in your revenue growth strategy is really reinventing your approach to live streaming and leveraging live. Now, I'm going to venture to guess with the people that we have here with me today that there are lots of veteran live stream creators here. So I just want to ask before we go any further, how many of you currently right now use live streaming on a weekly basis to generate sales? How many of you that are here with me today on a weekly basis use a live stream to generate sales right now? Let me know in the chat. And my second question for you is, how many people here have used live streaming in the past to generate sales, but are not currently using it today? Let me know. So if you're using it now, let me know. Say I'm using live streaming every single week now. If you use it in the past, let me know. Comment, I used it in the past. I want to get a feel for where you all are in this process. Okay, let me know. So I see I have in the past, I have a somewhat, I have another in the past. I have another in the past. I have a don't. I love live streaming, but I haven't used it for sales directly. Carrie says in the past. Kieran says I use it mostly weekly. David said in the past. Callie said in the past. Lauren said inconsistently. Okay, keep the comments coming. Keep sharing in the chat. Do you use live streaming currently? Have you used it in the past? And for those of you that use it in the past that aren't using it currently, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I'm still going to ask anyway. Tell me in the chat, why did you stop? Tell me in the chat, why did you stop live streaming? Share with me in the chat. Mirka said not yet. Brenda said not yet. Peaches said in the past, never, wasn't able to convert. Amina said, sounds like we're all where we need to be right now. Yes, you are all where you need to be right now. There's a reason why we're having this conversation today. Absolutely. Absolutely. Amy said, wasn't getting engagement. Desmond said, I am. Colleen said she got too busy. Brenda said she never did, but she wanted to. Okay, let me know in the comments if you did it in the past and you stopped. Why did you stop? If you're here today and you have never used live streaming as a weekly sales conversion tool, like it's never been a part of your routine, let me know why. Let me know why in the chat. Peaches said it was an emotional stop due to low conversions. Okay, very common, very, very common. Kieran said, I didn't feel like I saw the conversions. Carrie said it didn't seem worth my time. No one was watching. Lauren said, not knowing what to say. Never used it. Haven't seen how it's a fit overall. Open to learning. Brenda said camera shy. Kate said low conversions. Okay. So I have really, really amazing news for you. Okay. What if 1 hour a week could literally be the thing that drives all of your sales growth in 2025? I'm talking millions of dollars of growth in 2026 based on starting and committing to an actual live stream system. So, what I want you all to know is that if you just randomly go live, chances are you will have low conversions, no one show up, and you will stop doing it because it won't feel worth your time. Okay. If you do not follow a system for anything in your business, chances are you will stop doing it because it probably won't produce consistent and predictable results. Okay. So, any sales system, any effective tool, any key thing that is going to drive your business forward consistently and predictably must follow a system. I want everyone to put that in the chat for me right now. Anything that's going to drive a profit must follow a system. I think we can all agree to that. Get that in the chat for me right now, because we're starting off 2026 right. We're going to commit to systems. We're going to do things in repeatable, consistent, predictable ways so that we make profits, right? So the first thing about live streaming is that the vast majority of people jump on the live stream bandwagon by the seat of their pants. They know intuitively, and probably everyone here knows intuitively, that live streaming is the simplest, fastest, easiest way to make millions of dollars in your business. And I don't say that lightly, because running a business is really, really hard work. Okay. I work really, really hard. Okay. But I will tell you, of all the things that we do, we have about 19 different strategies that we use for lead generation and sales conversions. I would say the easiest one is we send emails and send text messages and make sales directly from those. I would say the second easiest is going live and just teaching, serving, following a system, and making sales on the spot. So what I want you to feel and to know sitting here today is that, number one, live streaming can be the most profitable hour of your week every single week. It can be simple. It can be done with ease. You can have fun and do it. And those of you that follow me, I want to ask you all, because you all know it's a little chilly out there right now, which is why I have on my sparkles and I'm inside my office. But probably some of you here have actually been on multiple live streams with me where I am in my pool, in my swimsuit, making sales and going live from a mini tripod. Is there anyone here that's been on those lives with me where I literally just go live when it's warm here in Florida and I literally make sales from my pool? Okay. So this is not about you needing to have the best lighting. This is not about having to have an expensive camera. This is not about having a big team. This is not about having a big audience. This is about you running the reps, but having a system that you're going to follow for how you approach this particular message, this particular strategy. Okay. So when you think about live streaming is one of the core things that people are going to rely on in 2026 to vet you and your brand. Okay. They want to interact with you. They want to know that you're a real person. They want to know what your energy is, what your values are. Okay. And so live streaming is going to be really critical because people don't tend to want to buy from people that they don't know or like. And it's very hard for people to get to know you and like you and then ultimately trust you so that they buy from you if there's no way for them to do that. And the fastest, easiest way to do that is going live once a week. Okay. But it's not just going live once a week. And that's where most people that start live streaming stop, because they're like, okay, I'm not making money. No one's showing up. I have no engagement. There's no purpose. There's no point. And the vast majority of people miss out on the most powerful, most potent strategy that there is to make money online. It's how I've made all of my money online, is live on camera. And it's the simplest strategy out there. I've done it from my car. I've done it sitting on the floor when I was doing a move, traveling in hotel rooms, sitting with Madison on my lap, from my pool, from Madison's dance studio. Okay, there is no limit to where and how you can do this. It doesn't need to be formal. It doesn't need to be, expensive equipment, lighting, big team, or big audience. But you must follow a system. So I'm going to do two things for you today. Okay. Two things I'm going to do for you today. Number one is I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you this now, and I'm going to tell you this about 15 times while we're here today, because it is the most insane opportunity probably that you're going to have all year that could completely change your life. On January 22nd, I am hosting an intensive to teach my system that has made me millions of dollars online called Single Sessions That Sell. And I'm going to do a deep dive intensive on the 5 core steps to turning a weekly live stream, which you don't even have to do weekly if you don't want to, but how to turn a weekly live stream into the most profitable, predictable, productive hour of your week. Imagine if you started every single Monday and you started Monday already like making money with sales in the door. Do you know how much your quality of life would increase? Do you know how much more relaxed you'd be at dinner with your family or with your friends? Do you know how much more time and energy you would have for other things in your life if you started the week with a live stream that already made you money and you made multiple sales every Monday or every Tuesday morning because you followed a system? So on the 22nd, I am doing this intensive. Now, I'll tell you 2 things that are important for you to know. Number one, this is included for all of my virtual business school gold members. Okay. So all my virtual business school gold members, if you are here, lucky you, congratulations. This is one of the hundreds of things that we are going to be delivering for you this year that are going to just go above and beyond to help you crush it and grow massively in your business. So if you're in gold, no action needed, but still hang around, because what I'm covering here today is going to be helpful no matter where you are in your business and what you want to do, because I want you to go live and make money this week. Okay. So I want everyone to stay the full time, regardless of whether you're a client or not. This is happening on January 22nd, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, and we'll go from 9 to about 12, most likely. And you will get a complete workbook. You will get the step-by-step system. You'll get everything included. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you an overview of the 5 core steps in this strategy so that regardless of where you are, you can go and start taking action immediately. Like you can take action now and you can follow this system to go make money in your business. You can buy the intensive as a standalone today, and you can just purchase the intensive. Today is the final day at a current rate. The price does go up tonight. My team just put the link in the chat there for you. So you do want to buy now if you want to get in on the best rate, and the price is going to be doubling. So I just want to put that out there to all of you. This workshop obviously is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. We're selling it for a few hundred. And those of you that have been following me online know and have seen and have watched my career progress from a 6-figure company to a 7-figure company to an 8-figure company to multiple 7 and now 8-figure companies. And the core thing that has driven all of this is the power of live streaming, not perfection, but following a system so easy, by the way, that I've now taught it to my 11-year-old daughter, Madison. Some of you got to see me do a live stream with Madison a few weeks ago, and you actually watched Madison use the Single Sessions That Sell formula. You saw her make sales live. You saw her getting people interested in joining her Courage Club for Girls. Okay. So this is so simple that an 11-year-old can learn it. This doesn't require complexity, a big team, a big audience, or any tech tools beyond your phone. And in fact, most of the time when I go live, I just go straight from my phone. Today I'm on Zoom and I'm streaming it into Facebook. Hey, Facebook friends. So, I just want to mention that to all of you. So 2 reasons why you should jump on board with this today. Number one, by jumping on board with this today, you're already making the decision that you are selecting a core golden domino that you're going to focus on for the year. The one thing that can change everything. And it's a simple thing. It's not something that you have to take months and months to learn. And number 2, when you join us on the 22nd, today, you get this at a massively, massively, massively discounted rate. I think we're selling it today for what, like $397 or something ridiculous. Let me see. What can they join today for? The team will put it in the chat for you guys. I think it's only, oh my gosh, it's only $297 today, you guys. Okay. All right. So it's only $297 today. I don't know how they got that by me, but I would go ahead and take advantage of that now. And then it will be going up tonight. And ultimately, this will be selling for $697, I think, within like a week or two. Okay. If you are in virtual business school, you can upgrade and add this, or you can upgrade into virtual business school gold. Okay. So we do these intensives basically every month now. Sometimes it's a mini intensive. Sometimes it's an extended day intensive. If you want to upgrade from VBS to VBS Gold, you can do that, and you'll get all of the intensives every month. And Danielle and I kind of rotate between the like audience monetization, email, text marketing things, and things that are related to the Care More model, the upsell machine, live launching, live streaming, live selling, all the good things. So again, these are always included for our virtual business school gold members. Danielle put the link there. If you want to upgrade from VBS to VBS Gold, you can go ahead and do that, and you'll get all of the intensives as long as you're an active gold member. If you just want to get started with the workshop alone, you can just click the link that you see posted from Team Unstoppable there. And just today, through today, it's for $297. Tomorrow it goes to $497, and then it goes to $697. Okay. Now, we are here today, and I want to make sure that by the time you leave this live today, not only are you like fired up and so psyched and so ready to go for the new year, but I also want to make sure that you have a system for live streaming that you can actually start using now, even before we get to the session. And then when we get to the session that we're going to do together, you're just going to be able to like multiply and duplicate that. So team, I don't know if we can give them that worksheet that they can fill in. That would be amazing if we could share that. And I'm gonna talk through a couple key things here with you today. Let me know if you all can see my screen. Whoop. Can you guys see my screen there? Okay. So we're going to talk about the 5 parts to this system. Okay. There are 5 core parts to the single sessions that sell formula. This is a signature system. This is a signature system I have used for many, many years. You all have seen me, like I said, do this from the floor, from the hotel, from the couch, from the pool, from the car. This works anywhere, any day, anytime, in any industry. And it is the fastest, easiest way to scale your sales online and to do it in a simple, easy way that doesn't infringe on your lifestyle. Okay. So this is the 5-part system. The first one is the attractor factor. Okay. And I just want to remind you all, I'm going to give you a quick snapshot overview today. And then on the 22nd, we're going to be doing a deep dive together, and you're going to leave with a live stream designed with all of your steps mapped out to start going live and start monetizing this as the most profitable, most productive hour of your week. Okay. So the first step in the process is your attractor factor. And we could just stop the whole session right here, because most of the time when people go live, they just slop together something, or they just press the live button. No rhyme or reason, no plan, no hook, no attractor factor, right? So I want you all to comment in the chat when you hear me say attractor factor. Like, what comes up for you? What comes up for you when you hear me say attractor factor? Attractor factor. Like, what does that mean to you all? Comment in the chat. Something that people will actually be interested in. Yes, a magnet, right? Something that resonates. What else? What do you think when you hear the words attractor factor? Gets attention, gets people's attention. Yes, alignment, sparks, eyeballs, right? And guess what? You know, and especially for those that are in virtual business school, or you're in virtual business school gold, you guys have access to a lot of like templates and tools. Virtual business school gold, you guys have an entire ChatGPT that is programmed to help you with your sales language, your posting language, your hooks, all of those things, right? We have so many tools at our fingertips. The first thing is you need to have an attractor factor. And the problem is that not only do people go into the live, no plan, no invitations, no structure, no attractor factor, but they aren't communicating it to anyone. Okay. And so, first things first, before you go live, you say, what would be a compelling reason why my audience would want to come and give me an hour of their time? Easy. Easy. That's an easy question, right? You know what your audience wants. You know what motivates your people to buy. You know the solution or outcome that is the most urgent for them. And one of the things I see people doing all the time is marketing products and marketing live streams and even marketing launches in a way that resonates for them, but doesn't resonate for the people that they're here to serve. And the reason why that happens is a lot of times you're operating in a silo. You're not in the trenches with your people. So for me, almost every time you see me delivering a live stream, it is based on a theme or a topic that has been coming up with our clients or with our teams over and over again. I know it is something that before I even hit the live button, I already know there is demand. I want you all to write that down. I want you to put that in the chat for me. Before you go live, you know there is demand for that topic. You don't go live on random things that people besides you don't want or don't need. Okay. Before you go live, you know there is demand. Guess what? If you aren't in the DMs with people, if you aren't talking to customers, if you aren't welcoming your new leads and new followers, if you're not having conversations with the market, this will be impossible for you. And by the way, this is not just relevant for you to do an effective live stream. This is the reason why so many businesses failed in 2024 and 2025 and went out of business, because they are operating separately from their market. If you guys notice that I am like online, I'm DMing with people, I'm texting with people. I was texting with a legacy leader last night, right? She just hit $3 million. I'm literally texting on New Year's Eve. I talk to my customers. I'm in the trenches. I know what is in the zeitgeist of the people that I'm here to serve. I know you're all worried about AI. I know you understand that both simultaneously you need to learn AI and you need to integrate AI and you need to use AI. And also you need to figure out what is your pathway forward to be successful as a business owner in spite of AI or in congruence in utilizing and leveraging AI. And I know that live streaming is the number one thing that will allow you to both leverage AI in a ethical, moral way, and also be able to differentiate, elevate, cut through the noise, and make sales profitably with ease every single week. That is why we are having this conversation today. Is this making sense for everyone? Okay, so knowing what is in the zeitgeist of your market is first and foremost, above all, the most important thing. And by the way, this isn't specific to live streaming. Okay, so as I mentioned already, we have about 19 different things that we do at any given time to generate leads and generate sales across my portfolio of companies. Okay, live streaming is one of them. But the thing that I just mentioned, the attractor factor, everything I just told you, that is across the board the most important thing before you write an email, before you send a text, before you do a post, before you market a product, before you go live, before you do anything, is you have to understand the attractor factor. And the attractor factor doesn't cost you anything. It costs you nothing to learn the attractor factor. It costs you nothing. You don't need a big team. You don't need a big infrastructure. You don't need expensive tech tools. You don't have to have a huge audience. Your attractor factor comes by being in congruence with your market. Everybody write congruence in the chat for me. Everybody write congruence in the chat for me. Write congruence in the chat for me. We're all going to start this year of 2026 in congruence with our market. We're going to get that attractor factor. And if you want to learn the questions to ask to nail the attractor factor, make sure you register for the intensive on the 22nd, because you will leave that intensive knowing what questions to ask and how to pull that out of the people that you're going to talk to and the conversations that you're going to have to perfectly position your live streams, to perfectly position the wrapping paper of your product to make sure that the attractor factor, which is the first step in the single sessions at Sell formula, is nailed. So by the way, I want to be celebrating every time someone here registers for the 22nd. So I want to make this a really fun session here today. And I'm going to ask you to share, just comment I'm in, in the chat once you get yourself registered, because I want to be able to celebrate you. I want to be able to acknowledge you. I want to be able to show everyone that action takers are money makers. Someone put that in the chat for me. Someone put that in the chat for me. Action takers are money makers. It is so true, isn't it? It is so true. Action takers are money makers. Aaron is in. Congratulations, Aaron. Let's go, Aaron. Let's go, Aaron. Let's make some money this year. Okay. So Kim is in. Congratulations, Kim. Kim, let's make some money this year, girl. Here we go. Who else is joining us today? Let me know. The first thing that we're going to be working on the 22nd is helping you to identify your attractor factor for your live streams and how to develop a system that you can follow over and over and over again to nail your topic every single time and make sure that you're actually putting out a live that people want to come to. Does that sound good to everyone? Who here would love to never have a live again where you feel like you're talking to dead air and like you're just sitting there by yourself, like not talking to anyone? The worst feeling in the world, like literally the worst feeling in the world, is going live to no one. Is there anyone here that's gone live to no one and been so pissed? Right? You know what? I have too. Whenever I don't follow my own rules and whenever I don't follow my own system, I end up pissed because then I'm talking to no one and I'm like, I didn't follow the system. Damn. Right? Kim is in. Congratulations, Kim. Mina, come join us. Amy, I think you're in gold. You're going to be there, right? If you know you're joining us in the Intenso on the 22nd, 9 a.m. Eastern, make sure you comment I'm in on the chat because action takers are money makers. And I want to celebrate you. I want to congratulate you. And I'm so excited. Kate says she's in. Kate, let's go. Denise says she's in. Let's go, Denise. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Okay. The first step is the attractor factor. And the 22nd, we're going to start off the day by helping you to determine your attractor factor, but also know the right questions to ask, know how to position your lives, and know how to set them up in a way that are going to get people to show up. Because I don't ever, ever, ever want to see you or hear you going live to no one ever again, because you can't make sales on a live that no one's at. Everybody with me? You can't make sales on a live that no one's at. So the first step is you need to define a topic, a market position, and a differentiator that will gain traction and get the right people in the room. Everybody with me? That's your step one. Okay. Everybody with me? We got step one. We got the attractor factor. You can take a picture of my screen if you want. Okay. I told you you're going to leave here and be able to make money even before you get on the 22nd. The 22nd is going to be like your rocket ship that's going to take this and explode it. But even if you stay until the very end of today's session, you will have enough to go out and to make sales on your live streams before you even get to the intensive on the 22nd with me. Okay. I mean, I put glitters for you guys today. I just want you all to know this is for you, because I love you and I want you to make so much money this year. And we're starting this 2026 on the right foot. Aren't we, friends? We are starting on the right foot. We are making sales here together. Oh, and by the way, you guys are seeing me model this for you right now. So you see Amy is in, you see Brenda's in, you see Amy is in. You see that we have lots of people that are actually registering. Denise, Kate, they're all joining us while we're here live today, because we're following the same formula that I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you and I'm modeling it at the exact same time. Is everybody tracking with me? You can do this too. It's just a system. It's just following a system. You can do it too. Madison can do it. If Madison can do it, I promise you can do it. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Let us know in the chat when you join us so that we can celebrate you. Again, I want to remind you that the price goes up today. It's currently at only $297, which is bonkers. It's going to go to $497. It's going to go to $697. Okay. The second step is that you need content that actually converts. Okay. You need content that actually converts. And there are 3 yeses that have to happen to get people to buy. Everybody write that down. Everybody put that in the chat for me. There's 3 yeses. There's 3 yeses that have to happen in order to get people to buy live. Everybody put that in the chat for me. Because when we break our own rules, that's when we don't make money, right? I know for me, like, if I have a live stream that doesn't perform, it's never a mystery. It's never a mystery. It's like, where did I break my own rules? Okay. There's 3 yeses that have to happen for people to buy live. Okay. And this is what I'm going to be teaching you on the 22nd. The 3 yeses are your pricing, your packaging, and your positioning. Okay. So a big part of what we're going to cover on the 22nd is going to be what kind of offer should you be selling on your live stream? How do you position that correctly to convert predictably every single time? How does it need to be priced? How does it need to be packaged? And how does it need to be positioned in order to be effective at getting yeses on your session every single time? Okay. Live streams are going to be effective for some offers. They're not going to be so effective for other offers. You need to know how you should be focusing your time, your energy, and what it is that you're bringing to the sessions in order to make sure you could deliver a great live stream pitching the wrong thing in the wrong way, and it's not going to convert. Okay. So you need to know these 3 P's, your pricing, your packaging, and your positioning. And again, you need to look at what is the relationship between those things in the ecosystem. So for example, across all of my companies in the portfolio, there's probably 20 different ways that you can buy from us, and new ways popping up all the time because we have like easy yes offers and trust builders and instant accelerators and, all those things, right? There's many offers in my portfolio that I'm never going to make on a live stream because they're not going to convert that way. Okay. I'm going to make offers that I know can convert. And then I'm going to know what my before, during, and after trifecta is to make sure that I take that, I multiply that, and I duplicate it. Okay. And there's also different strategies that you want to deploy based on the price point of the thing that you want to sell. Obviously, you're going to use a different strategy for low or mid ticket than you are going to use for high ticket on your live streams. We'll be talking about and unpacking all of that on the 22nd as well. So your second key is your content that converts. And, I think that a lot of people really struggle with this piece because they overteach and they overwhelm, and then they lose people. And what is so important to understand about the way that you manage and facilitate your live streams is that you want to teach enough for people to get value, mindset shift, and be really invested in the topic, right? But you don't want to give so much that it overwhelms people, and then they get kind of in their head and they disconnect. And so a big part of understanding the content that converts formula for your live streams is understanding how do you really balance that? How do you balance giving enough that you're building trust, you're adding value, and you're creating loyalty? And then how do you marry that with not giving so much that you overwhelm someone that they disconnect or that they move away from the topic that you're teaching? And so I'll talk to you a little bit about the framework for that, which is very simple, very easy. And if there's anyone here, Yvette is having trouble checking out right now. For those of you that are trying to check out right now, if you're having a problem, let us know. Just comment in the chat. Maybe someone that is in the checkout process right now could just let us know if that's going through for you. That would be great. And again, comment and let me know when you join live so that we can celebrate you. And Yvette, don't worry, we'll get you all set. Yeah, Danielle's going to reach out to you and get you all set. No worries. Okay, perfect. Are you joining me? Who's joining me on the 22nd? Come on. Action takers are money makers. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. Action takers are money makers. Yes. Katrina says she's joining. Brenda says she's joining. Oh, Brenda needs the link again. Team, if you could just throw that in the chat one more time, that would be amazing. Thank you, Yvette. I'm so excited to see you on the session. I'm so happy you can join us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Katina, welcome. We're so happy to have you. Amy, welcome. We're so happy to have you. Yes, the team just went ahead and put that link in the chat for you. Go ahead and do it now. Action takers are money makers. You guys are ready? You guys are here for a reason. You guys know the power of live streaming. And I know that's why you're here on this session today. But I also know that you've all had the same experience that I have, that when you break the rules and when you don't follow a system, It's really frustrating to talk to no one. And you know what we're doing in 2026, guys? You know what we're not doing in 2026? We are not showing up live and talking to no one. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? We are not showing up live and talking to no one in 2026, are we? No, we are not, my friends, because here's the thing. There's no reason. There is no reason ever to show up to a live stream and not be able to sell because there's no one there, or the only people that are there are the people already in your paid program. And that only happens when we don't follow a system. And here's the thing, what I'm looking at, I'm looking at what is my golden domino. And I have a lot of things that I can't share right now, but what I can tell you that I can tell you right now, and you'll find out the rest of what I have planned in the next 2 months. But what I can tell you is I know where the puck is going. I know where the puck is going, and I'm going all in on live streaming. Like when you guys see what I'm going to be doing, you will know that I am deadly serious about believing that this is the golden domino of all golden dominoes that will absolutely crush it for your business. But here's the thing, I've been making my money from live streaming since live streaming became available. I knew when live streaming became available because I always had a dream. I'll share a secret with you guys. I'm such a dork, like literally loser. I am like obsessed with QVC. Okay. When I worked in corporate and I was selling business to business, and I would cold call, my territory was Westchester, Pennsylvania. And if you don't know, Westchester, Pennsylvania is the home of QVC. And when I first joined my company, the Fortune 500 that I worked for many years, they said to me, don't put QVC on your list. You'll never get into QVC. We've been trying for 10 years. And I was like, oh, you better believe we will be working with QVC. Right. And so within a year, I had us working with QVC, of course, because you're not going to tell me I'm not going to work with QVC or anything for that matter. So within a year, we were working with QVC. But I always had a secret dream. Like I have always been obsessed with like QVC style selling. And when live streaming became available, my mind was actually blown, you guys, because I came from a world. So I worked in the staffing industry. Now, this is probably why when people like talk about how hard the online space is, I think that's insane. Because the world I came from, I had to do 40 cold calls every morning. I had to go out to 20 businesses a day. And then even as I moved up through the company and I kept getting promoted, I had to travel from branch to branch. I was on conference calls all day long. Like the hard work that we do online today, like tapping on a few buttons or like going live, is laughable to me. It is laughable to me in comparison to the world that I grew up in, and in comparison to what my experience coming into the working world was. And so when I saw that we small business owners with one of these could literally go live for free and have our own QVC from home in our PJs, which by the way, you guys better believe I have sweatpants on the bottom right now. You may not believe me. I have sweatpants on the bottom and I have sparkles on the top, because that's how we do. Okay. Because we get to work from home. We get to make millions of dollars from our home offices, and we get to do it from our sweatpants with a sparkly top. Because why not? Right. But when live streaming became available to small business owners, where we could reach millions of people for free from our phones and do it any day, anytime, and have a QVC in our pocket, I was like, you've got to be actually kidding me. Like, you have actually got to be kidding me. I still can't wrap my head around it. I'm like, wait, so you tell me, like, I spent 10 years like schlepping it, okay, to learn sales, to learn marketing, to learn P&Ls, to learn budgeting, to learn team and leadership and all those things. And I would not change anything, by the way. But the fact that we have a QVC in our pocket every single day, and the vast majority of business owners don't use it, blows my freaking mind. We all know, if you look at the stats, businesses that live stream on average make 40% more revenue than those that don't. Businesses that live stream on average make 40% more revenue than businesses that don't. So I am here to tell you that not only am I going all in on this, and this is not new for me. You guys that have been following me, actually comment in the chat, how long have you been in my world? Just so I know who we have here today. How long have you been in my world? Has it been a year, 10 years, 5 years, 7 years? How long have you been in my world? Let me know. Oh, Heather, welcome. She's here. Hey, Heather. For 6 months. She's brand new. I love it. Yvette, 4 months. Hey, Yvette. That's awesome. Denise, 6 years. Will, 3 years. Colleen, 5 years. Daphne, 5 years. 6 years. 1.5 years. Okay. 4 years. Yeah. Keep it coming. I want to know. Okay. 2 months. Welcome, Carrie. I'm so happy you're here. Barry, 3 years. Mina, a few months. Peaches, 6 years. Okay. Keep it coming. I want to know, like, how did we meet? How long have we known each other? So for those of you that have been with me like 6 years, some of you 7 years, 3 years, 5 years, you know that live streaming has been the core mechanism for building my 8-figure company. It's been the core mechanism for duplicating and multiplying with the other companies that I've built. It's always been live streaming, right? And I teach live launch, and I teach light launches, and I teach single sessions that sell, and I teach all these different ways. But the bottom line is, it's the simplest, fastest, easiest way to stand out, to elevate your brand and collapse time and build trust online. And I think that's so, so, so important. Oh, welcome, Richard. I'm so happy that you're joining us. If you are joining us now, take the time now, because action takers are money makers, you guys. Action takers are money makers. Take the time now to go ahead and join us. I'm giving you a pause before I move on to the next section so that you can get yourself registered. Because I want you to leave here today and already know that you've decided that you're going to take this QVC in your pocket that you're carrying around with you all day, every day, and you're going to start turning it into a money-making machine. You know, I'll share something with you guys really quick while you're registering. Go ahead and get yourself registered while I just share this. So I had this big vision and this big goal. You guys know, obviously you've seen kids now are like obsessed with being on screens, and they want to be on social media, and, you know, they want to be YouTubers, and, you know, all the things, right? And it's a huge, huge problem. And so my biggest goal was, I wanted to help Madison to see social media as a tool for leadership, and a tool for sales, and a tool for business building before she even got on social media, so that by the time she gets on social media, she knows that everything is permanent. She knows how to use it. She knows what to use it for, and has a really specific context, a formula, a system. There's no magic fairy dust here, guys. There's no like button that you push. There's no like, you're not manifesting, okay? We are literally executing a business system. And when we implement systems produce predictable and profitable results when they are done well with precision repeatedly. And so we're like not pulling any punches in 2026, okay? We're coming out of the gate strong. We're implementing systems. We're doing it right. And we're cutting through the noise online with the most powerful tool for collapsing time, which is, of course, live streaming. There's nothing more powerful. There's nothing that is going to accelerate trust in a complete zero trust environment than people getting to spend time with you live. So the biggest part of our time together on the 22nd is going to be on the before, during, and after trifecta, because this is the make or break. This is the make or break. If you never want to go live to no one again, if you never want to have a zero sale live stream, if you never want to wake up scrambling every single day, hustling, working around the clock, feeling like you're on a hamster wheel, I would recommend that sometime towards the beginning of your week, every single week, that you have a live stream and that you follow this system. And so on the 22nd, I'm going to go through with you every single step before, every step during, and every step after your live, to not only convert while you are there, which is what you are seeing us do right now. I am literally modeling the single sessions that sell formula for you as we speak. Okay. I am literally modeling this for you. Congratulations, Yvette. Okay. I'm so excited. Yay, Mina. Mina will be there. Brenda is joining as well. Let me know in the chat if you're joining us. This is a system. It's a formula. Anyone can learn it. Madison's doing it now. Madison will be there on the 22nd with us. She will be doing this every single week for her Courage Club. She's 11. You guys can do this. The reason why live streams don't convert is not because you can't make them convert. It's not because you can't sell. It's not because you don't have a great offer. It's because you need to follow a system. And I know for my own self, and there's been so many times where I've kicked myself where I'm like, I broke my own rules and then it doesn't convert. Okay. So the before, during, after trifecta is going to include like emails. It's going to include text messages. It's going to include posts. It's going to just include your structure to get people to the live. We're going to walk you through a framework for what and how to get people to the live. I'm going to give you an exact framework for what to do while you are on the live, what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Okay. So I'm going to give you an exact framework to do that you can follow as a template every single time. I am literally going to give you a one-page template that you can fill out before every live that you do that is going to put you in a position to convert like clockwork. Convert like clockwork. Okay. So come and join us on the 22nd. The before, during, after is going to give you the system for getting people to the live. It's going to give you an exact and precise template to complete and follow before you go live that you will literally follow. You can have it up on your screen in front of you while you are live every single time. And all you're doing is changing out the topic and the content. And I will walk you through for a 1 hour live how the flow of that 1 hour should look. Okay. I'm going to give you a whole flow for it. And guess what? The most fun part about this is that you will have the freedom to not be following a big, heavy slide deck. You have the freedom to actually get to talk to people. You get to interact. You get to ask questions. You get to go back and forth. You really get to make it your own. So you're not putting yourself in a box of following this like really rigid webinar formula or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's just a simple framework that we know converts that you can use over and over again. Okay. So getting people to show up, the flow that's proven to convert when you're actually on the live, and then the post-production steps that you're going to take to create an ROI fast. Because here's the thing, right? Go ahead and check the chat DM. Danielle just private messaged you. If you have questions, guys, you can just throw them right here in the chat. You can throw them right here in the chat. We're so happy to serve you. So happy to help you. Who else is joining us here today? Who else am I celebrating here today? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Pull up that link. Get yourself registered. Know that action takers are money makers. Yes, Lisa. When you register for the 22nd, you will get the full workbook that's going to include the templates for emails about the inviting people to the live. It's going to include a template for a text message. It's going to include the template for the flow on your live. It's going to include a template for follow-up after your live. So that's the other thing is like, we're not just telling you what to do and then saying, go figure it out. Literally, we're going to be workshopping. We're going to be providing templates. We're going to be providing resources. You are going to leave with the complete system. Okay. This is happening January 22nd. From 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It includes the replays, which are yours to keep. You can use them over and over again. It includes the workbook. Okay. So you're going to have the opportunity to actually kind of put this together real time. And like I said, with the template for your lives, you can literally just fill that out and then have that on your screen when you're live to remind yourself of the checkpoints of what you want to do and when you want to do it to be most effective while keeping it very, very simple and straightforward. Okay. Absolutely. You will get the replay of that as well. The next is your tech setup and tools, right? And so this is totally up to you. I'll talk to you on the 22nd about pros and cons, what tools we use and why we use them. I want to be really, really clear that when I started live streaming and started converting from live streams, I literally just went live in a Facebook group from my phone. No tech. I went live from a Facebook group on my phone, and I didn't have any tech. I didn't use any tech. Now we use tech because it allows us to capture more information, do better follow-up, increase conversions, and get a bigger ROI from the work that we're doing. But if you're starting off doing this and you don't have a team and you're just going to be doing this by yourself, that's totally cool. But ideally, you would be able to leverage some of the same tools we are, which I'll walk you through, that will help you to be more effective in driving more conversions post-launch, especially, which is actually one of the primary reasons why we use the tools that we use, so that we can develop high converting templates and basic form creation that you can do in like 3 minutes or less, that will help you to do follow-up and actually get up to 50% more sales afterwards. And then the final step of the process is going to be your repurposing plan. So obviously repurposing is going to be huge because you want leverage, right? Sending traffic to work that you already did is going to create more conversions, but only if you're sending traffic to something that already converts. And this is one of the biggest things that I see over and over and over again with business owners, is that they try to evergreen, systematize, or automate things that aren't performing. Okay. You cannot systematize or automate something that isn't working yet. So it doesn't matter how many times you send out the replay. It doesn't matter how many places that you post it. It doesn't matter how many emails you send. If the thing isn't converting, then doing more of the thing that isn't converting isn't going to convert. Is everybody tracking with me? Are you guys tracking with me? This is why people get so frustrated and they stop doing these things, because they're like, oh, but I did send out the replays. I did send emails. I did, post about it. So, but it wasn't converting to begin with. So doing more of the thing that wasn't working isn't going to get the thing working, right? We have to get the thing working, and then we have to create leverage and duplication around something that's actually working. Okay. And so this is the goal of the 20-second. The goal of the 20-second is to help you to understand, how do you get the thing working with the trifecta, which is the before, during, and after. How do you get the thing working? And then how do you get more effective at doing the thing that works? And then how do you get more people both attending the thing that works and then also seeing the thing afterwards that works, to duplicate and multiply and scale your sales? Okay. So on the 22nd, we're going to be doing a deep dive of all 5 steps of the single sessions that sell formula. This is incredibly simple. It's formulaic. Anyone can learn it. And it is going to be one of the most important tools that you could possibly have in your tool belt for 2026, because it will be a year where AI content really takes the main stage. And a lot of people want to interact with the founder. They want to interact with the brand. They want to know who they're buying from. And so live streaming is going to be more important than it's ever been since the inception of live streaming in 2026. And I'm not the only person echoing this. A lot of the leading voices that understand consumer trends are reiterating over and over and over again why live streaming is so critical for success in 2026. And so what I want to do for you is, I want to save you countless hours. I want to save you tons of frustration. I want to take the burden off of you of figuring out how to do this on your own. And I want you to start January with an A to Z system that I have been using for years, that I know without a shadow of a doubt works across industries, across business types, across different types of offers, and can and will work for you if you do the work.